One of the biggest features in any Dragon Ball game is transformations. They help to give battles that DBZ feeling. Xenoverse 1 kind of, but not really, did this, and it really did feel like Xenoverse 1 was just a test for what's to come in the future. And in this video I want to talk about transformations that could be added while still being realistic. This video is going to be part 1 of 2, and we will mostly just focus on Saiyans. Part 2 will be every other race, but first just some ground rules. Firstly, we are going to assume that there will be a third abilities bar added exclusively for transformations, and for transformations that can be powered down from, there will be an option to revert to base. So if you put Super Saiyan 1 in the X slot, that option would now say revert back to base, and I think it would be good if we could stack transformations, so if we were a Super Saiyan 1, we could become a Super Saiyan 2 and then a Super Saiyan 3 without having to revert back to the base form. In a previous video I mentioned that I think there will be 3 new races added, these being Android, Bio-Android and an alien race. But thinking back, I think Android should be taken out and replaced with the Tuffle race. The reason being is because essentially an Android would look exactly the same as a human and a Saiyan. The only thing that would make the Android race different would be maybe a race exclusive trait like auto charge, ki and stamina faster than any other race. And there isn't really a good transformation that they could have apart from maybe a super form just like Android 13. And because of this I think it's a complete waste of time to add an Android race where there's so many more races in the Dragon Ball universe that would be more interesting to have. If anything, just add Android exclusive items to the alien race. And before we get to the actual transformations, the final thing I want to say is that this video is not meant to be a how it should work video, but we will be touching on how certain transformations could work. And also, very quickly, Villainous Mode, Margin Seal and Unlock Potential will be transformations that are given to every single race. So firstly, the fan favourite race, the Saiyans. We can already assume that Super Saiyan 1 and 2 will be included because that was in Xenoverse 1, but this time they need to have the hair fixed. It's just something that has to happen. We can also assume that Super Saiyan 3 will be included because of the J Patrol interview that was done prior to Xenoverse 1 being released.
Your created character can become the Super Saiyan 2, but cannot become the Super Saiyan 3. And this will be our next challenge to do that.
To further back up my prediction that Super Saiyan 3 will be included, I have a clip from a live stream prior to Xenoverse 1 being released with 2 of who I believe that at the time they were community managers at Bandai Namco. The way that they are talking makes it sound like they are unsure if Super Saiyan 3 can be included because of balancing.
Okay. Yeah. And what kind of, let's talk about, I don't know how easy it would be to show one right now, but can we talk about other power-up moves or transformations for other races or characters?
Sure. Yeah, we can.
Because not Saiyans have Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2.
Super Saiyan 2.
Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have more details about that soon. But right now, Super Saiyan 2.
I'm unsure if Super Saiyan 4 should be included. Now, don't get me wrong, it is one of my favourite transformations because it looks cool as hell, but I just get the feeling that they are going to focus mainly on the Z campaign. But with that being said, I did mention that I think Tuffle will be included, so it would be a bit silly if they didn't include Super Saiyan 4 but included Tuffle created characters. I mentioned in my Let's Be Realistic video that I don't think Ascended Super Saiyan and Ultra Super Saiyan would be included, but again, looking back, I now think they will be. As you can recall from Xenoverse 1, there are 2 transformations for Saiyan called Super Vegeta 1 and Super Vegeta 2. Super Vegeta 1 is just a different name for Ascended Super Saiyan. If you remember from the anime, Vegeta first uses this form against Imperfect Cell after him and Trunks leave the hyperbolic time chamber for the first time. The next stage from Ascended Super Saiyan is Ultra Super Saiyan, or maybe Super Vegeta 2. I've gone on record saying before that I believe Giants will be playable this time around. So with that being said, what if we could play as a Great Ape? And if they do decide to include Great Apes, why not Golden Great Ape? Both the normal Great Ape and Golden Great Ape would have their moveset altered to that of an Alzaru. So for example, your new ultimate attack as a Great Ape would be the Mouth Blast. A form that I wish was in the game for the longest time is the false Super Saiyan. We already know Lord Slug's coming back, so it would make sense to give this form to Goku and to our created Saiyans. It wouldn't be that much work to add either. Just change the aura to that of a Super Saiyan, have your hair spiked up to that of a Super Saiyan but without changing it to yellow, and instead give it a light red hue, remove your pupils and irises, and finally just give your body a light yellow glow. Or what about new transformations such as the God forms? Well, in all honesty, I can only see them adding Super Saiyan Blue, and why not Super Saiyan God? Well, it's kind of hard to explain, but for lack of a better word, it kind of feels like it's a useless transformation. But all they would have to do would scale your body down, change your hair to red, and just give you the Super Saiyan God aura, so it could very well be included. A power up I would personally love to see would be the mutated Super Saiyan 2, also known as Quake of Rage. And this of course was when Vegeta turned into a Super Saiyan 2 after Beerus slapped Bulma. Quake of Rage, Super Saiyan God, and False Super Saiyan could have a very unique use. I don't think that they are going to give every transformation infinite ki, but if these three are included, I think they will get infinite ki, but with a few setbacks. These being that your ki will drain at a very fast rate, and you would not be able to charge ki back up while in these forms, but maybe give you a chance to automatically perfect block an attack or activate super armor when you're hit. I just think that would make it very much like the series. I'm confident in saying that we will not be able to turn into a legendary Super Saiyan. The reason being is that Broly is the only person throughout the entire Dragon Ball franchise, including movies, games and other media, that's ever gotten this transformation. The only other person to have received this transformation was Corolli, which is a fusion between Super Saiyan Goku and legendary Super Saiyan Broly. But even then, I wouldn't really consider that a pure legendary Super Saiyan form. And to finish off the Saiyan transformations, we should be able to use the Super Saiyan Villainous modes, those being Villainous Mode Super Saiyan and Villainous Mode Super Saiyan 2. The physical changes would include the red eyes, dark aura, Super Saiyan hair, and the dark glow and hue that surrounds the entire body. I think these should be permanent transformations that do not drain ki but gives you the same bonus as a Super Saiyan 1 and a Super Saiyan 2 would. But to compensate for this huge power boost, your super attacks and ultimate attacks should change to that of the characters that are in Villainous Mode. So you would have the Darkness Mixer power up and the Baked Sphere ultimate attack, just to name a few, and I think these attacks should be exclusive to Villainous Mode. And that will be it for this video. Part 2 would include humans, Tuffles, the Mechians, Margins, the Frieza race, aliens, and the Bio-Android race. Do you guys agree or disagree with what I have mentioned so far? If so, leave a comment and I'll see you next time.